2 consecutive victories. All 4 teams can, however, still qualify for the quarterfinals and still be eliminated. A point for Uzbekistan will be enough, however, for Vadim Abramov's side to top this Group A and hence line up a quarter-final with second place in Group B. For China, it's a whole different story. China must win and hope that Qatar don't win in their match this evening, played simultaneously against Kuwait. If both China and Qatar win, then it becomes awfully complicated because we'll have 3 sides on 6 points and it will all go down to the wire. Same story applies if Uzbekistan beat China in the match here at Al Gharafa Stadium and Kuwait beat Qatar at Al Khalifa Stadium, because then we'll have 3 teams on 3 points, and once again it could all go all the way down to yellow cards and even the drawing of lots. Let's hope it doesn't go that far, because coming up in just under 10 minutes time, it's Uzbekistan, the Group A leaders, taking on China. Uzbekistan, who have been buoyed by the arrival of family and friends this morning in Qatar, and make up a very vocal pocket of support on the far side of the ground, even if they are outnumbered by the support for China. Uzbekistan, who defeated Qatar 2-0 in their opening game, defeated Kuwait 2-1 in their second game, while for China, a 2-0 win over Kuwait, upset then by a 2-0 defeat to Qatar. Here is the national anthem of China. See the players all rugged up for both sides with the tracksuit tops on. The myth of 50 degrees Celsius does not apply in January in Qatar, the national anthem of Uzbekistan. I'm your commentator for this evening, Robbie Thompson, joined once again by Bernd Stanger. And Bernd, we've talked a lot about the clash of styles in this continental showpiece, because Asia is just so massive, from East Asia, Southern Asia, Central Asia, West Asia, all different styles, all different football and heritages. We've seen Uzbekistan play a very European-style football. They've got many players playing in the Russian league. Well, for China, we're yet really to define their style as we have a look at Gao Hongbo's starting 11.
You see, see that team. They are here with the youngest national team ever, and they could not deliver consistency so far. No consistency in their results, no consistency in their starting lineup. 4 changes today on the Chinese side. Uzbekistan established with a couple of players playing outside in famous teams, and with the main players are coming from 2 local clubs, famous club Pakhtakor, Tashkent and Bunyokor, a very established team. And if you see the national anthem and you see in the faces of the Chinese team, it looks like a children's team against a senior team from Uzbekistan. It will be very interesting today, and I personally believe it's too hard for such a young team to change something in Chinese football and make a contribution to Chinese football.
Well, there's the lowdown from Bernd Stanger. There are our officials for this evening. Abdullah Al-Hilali from Oman, being assisted by Ahmed Al-Mayahi from Oman as well, and Bagradir Kochkarov of Kyrgyzstan.
But let's think positive, and we are optimists, and let's give this green young side from China a chance today. You never know what's happened in football, and I thought they have so much confidence after their opening match against Kuwait, which they won 2-0, but they could not perform against Qatar. They lost 2-0. What's going on today? We will see.
Well, 4 changes, as you mentioned, Bernd, to the China side. Li Shui-peng, the number 2, and the number 14, Wang Song, make their first appearances of the tournament, while the number 8 from Schalke in the Bundesliga, Hao Junmin, the 23-year-old, one of the rising stars of Chinese football. He makes his first start of the tournament, having come on at half-time in both matches so far. For Uzbekistan, just that one change, as you mentioned, and it's Sanjar Tursunov who takes a seat to be replaced by the out-and-out striker, number 13, Olim Novkarov. So we're just waiting for the AFC delegate to get us ready for a start. Once again, we're running just ever so slightly ahead of schedule. The referee ready and waiting. There is our delegate. When the arm goes sideways, it's 30 seconds. And we are underway. A win imperative for China. They need results to go their way in the other match as well, between host nation Qatar and Kuwait. For Uzbekistan, a point is enough to see them top Group A and march into the quarterfinals.
That's why Uzbekistani coach Vadim Akhmedov doesn't risk anything today. He plays his best side today to take this point or to win this match. And the player number 8, who's on the ball now, is an outstanding midfielder in this tournament. He plays for FC Seoul, Jeparov. Scored one of the best goals in this tournament.
He also scored the second goal of the tournament. He scored in both matches so far. The second goal for his side in back-to-back 2-0 victories. He has been, as you say, one of the outstanding midfielders of the tournament so far, one of the outstanding players of the tournament so far, along with the number 9 in central defence, Odil Akhmedov. He's probably one of the 2 standout players in this Uzbekistan side, and if they hope to go on to the quarterfinals and perhaps even further, he and Akhmedov will be absolutely crucial, as we see that little slide rule pass from Jeparov, looking for Alexander Geinrich, the number 15, who's been playing a lone role up front in the first 2 matches. Now he's got an attacking partner alongside him in the number 13, Novkarov. There is Akhmedov, who scored the first goal of the tournament with a 35-yard screamer, as they're known, against Qatar. Jeparov for the overlapping run of Kapadze. Cut back, oh, and what a chance for the opening goal. Shatsky with barely 2 minutes gone.
experienced player with Champions League experience. The first great chance.
It's as though it just came on him too quickly. He's still shaking his head. He scored the free kick.
The pitch should not be the reason for failing to score a goal, because we have billiard pitches here, excellent conditions, even after a couple of matches here in Garafa Stadium.
It is absolutely immaculate, the playing surface. Perfectly flat as well. You wonder if it ever rains here outside of the sprinkler system. There's no natural drainage whatsoever. It is, as you say, an absolute billiard table of a football pitch. So Shatsky, who had a fabulous career and still does in Ukraine, where he scored over 100 goals, is the leading goal scorer of all time for Uzbekistan football with the national side, taking his tally to 33 against Kuwait with a free kick just before half-time. That set his side on their way to victory. How crucial he's been to this national side. Bernd, you remember him 10 years ago from his time with Dynamo Kiev.
He played up front as a striker, scored many goals, very dangerous. But Akhmedov said he is still very important as a leader of this team, and that's why looks Uzbekistan so good, even if he missed this chance now. And I believe that
That's how Jun Min, the Schalke man, looking to make an impact with his first start of the tournament, switching play all the way across to Yu Hai. Unfortunately for China, unable to get on the end of it, and that's going to be a goal kick for Uzbekistan. Well, Abramov certainly does count on Shatsky. Scored 97 goals in just over 200 games at Dynamo Kiev. And actually on his way to a leading scorer in Ukrainian football, outscored Rebrov a couple of seasons as well, and he and Shevchenko had left such a fabulous legacy from that latest generation.
even Rebrov played till 38. He's playing in Rubin Kazan. He finished his career a year ago after some good years playing Premier League side, Tottenham Hotspurs.
That's right. He never really reached those heights though, did he, of that partnership he had with Shevchenko at Dynamo Kiev. Well, here, down on the pitch, Shatsky and his teammates have some defending to do, and it's Hao Jun-min, the Bundesliga-based midfielder, wearing the number 8 shirt, which he's now made his own for both club and country. To take this one, no, he leaves it, it's a good ball, the header, and that's a fabulous save. And a brilliant header from Li Xuepeng towards that bottom corner.
Magnificent save. Great save. The Chinese team, they need success now. They need a good moment. Maybe such a young team can be enthusiastic after a goal or good action or something else. They need such things.
That was the two players combining that haven't played a minute of football so far. And now they have the goal.
They did it.
Just a minute after forcing a fine save from their start off, the Uzbeki keeper has been beaten. And it's Yu Hai with the glancing header at the front post. And China, well, they must believe in their chances now. Qatar taking on Kuwait, who can still qualify in the other match. There we see the ball played in by the number 19, Yang Hao.
Great slip.
It took a deflection, didn't it? Off the number 9, Akhmedov, I think.
There is no way for a goalkeeper to show reactions. Only 1 or 2 meters distance.
Already China showing themselves a match for Uzbekistan in the air as well, because that's a second header in a minute. So China lead Uzbekistan by by a goal to nil. Question for Uzbekistan, they know they're almost qualified. Can they pick themselves up for this one? You said they're hugely confident. Abramov, the coach, believes they can go all the way. Shatsky with the little flick on. They've got their family and friends who have just arrived. I'm sure they're not going to settle for a defeat. Away. With the header away, no foul.
Those 100 friends flew in because they believe that they have a chance to win this tournament, and we've met them today in our hotel, and they are so enthusiastic for your team, and it's good to see such things because it's a very young new Uzbekistani republic, and this federation is only 20 years old. That's a short time. There was only one big club based Tashkent, and now they are here to take some glory from this tournament.
They enjoyed almost immediate success, winning the 1994 Asian Games gold medal, but since then, not so much. Japarov with a free kick, a chance for an immediate reply. And the keeper, Wang Ti, with the punch, not the most convincing. Shatsky tries to leave it. Japarov doesn't compete for the header either. Oof. Two Chinese players collide. There's a bit of space for Karpienko to get down that right-hand side. Well, as you said, Bernd, we've been in the hotel with these two sides, all four sides from Group A. And we've just noticed the Chinese boys, they're big boys, they're athletic. The question, as we see the goal again, let's have a look at that flick on. And yes, it clearly comes off and made off.
It's very, very difficult for the goalkeeper.
No chance for Nestarov. Did he enjoy that? Yuhai, who was subbed off at half-time against Qatar, with his side trailing by 2-0. He clearly felt he had a point to make as well. Yao Lin with the free kick. He's a big boy as well, the number 18 for China. Japarov now. Already seeing a lot of the ball for Uzbekistan. Taking out to Andreev. Karpienko. Touchback from Haydarov. Let's get that in play. That's a good cross as well. Plenty of power on the cross. Chinese fans applauding the bicycle kick. Ishmailov and Akhmedov. A bit of pressure as well there, Bernd. China looking to play a pressing game. Heinrich sliding the ball through for Novkarov. Shatsky. Overlapping run, it's another good ball. And they'll have another corner on Uzbekistan. Right in control after conceding that goal.
They press them in their own half now. Of course, they have to do something. And China, they bring all players back, even every single corner kick. And if they attack, short corner.
Japarov. For Heinrich, flag stays down. Heinrich with the hard ball in, the chance! And it's blazed over by Timur Kapadze.
They won't have too many such chances.
A number of red shirts in the box as well.
Yeah.
Crowd in the area. Uzbekistan fans, well, they're still enjoying themselves. And Qatar have scored in the Khalifa Stadium. So it's 1-0 Qatar, 1-0 China. And that means if it stays this way, Qatar, China and Uzbekistan will all finish the group on 6 points. The results against Kuwait will be dropped out. And it will be a mini-league between those three sides. It's a corner for China. You almost feel the tension building everywhere. Well, the Chinese squad will know that Qatar have scored. They'll know they have to keep going. They have to hold on to this result. This time it's hit direct, not short, towards Douay. Japarov can't get there. A shot from distance. Oh, the flag's gone up. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he was offside, even if it was a deflection. In the moment when the strike came, he was offside, clear offside.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. There's a nervy bit of keeping from Nestarov. Now Shatsky. Looking for Kapadze. The two record men of Uzbekistan football. Shatsky with the most number of goals. Kapadze this evening earning his 79th cap, the number 18, who plays for the champions Bunyodkor, who was actually champions 6 years in a row with Pakhtakor Tashkent. And he's won the league the last 2 seasons with Bunyodkor. Japarov, he's done even better. He's won 8 in a row, but with 3 clubs, because he's just won the league in Korea Republic with FC Seoul. Gainrek quickly closing down. Zhang Linpeng, right back. He was a goal scorer in that opening match against Kuwait. Peng. The left back wrong. Now forward to Gao Lin. Wrong again. Well, the flag will stay down this time. Wang brought down by Akhmedov. He's 23 years of age, Akhmedov. You can see the young face. And a foul according to the referee.
If they continue this way to play, a couple of counter-attacks, they can create huge problems for Uzbekistan.
Well, we had noticed, Bert, that Uzbekistan, while they play an organised European game, they don't play it at great speed, do they? In China, their biggest strength, more than anything else, is their physicality, their speed. Running not necessarily with the ball.
They are not so good organized. They cannot be. They are so young, and they didn't play too many matches together compared to Uzbekistan. Another dangerous free kick.
Plenty of work on it from Hao Junmin. And again, he was looking for the goal scorer, Yu Hai. Hao Junmin again. This time he's dispossessed by Gainrek. Long ball forward for Novkarov. Kapadze gets it on to Gainrek again. Oh, there was no free kick there, I don't think. Li Shuipeng is the man penalised. He did make contact with the player. Now we've just had news that Qatar are now 2 goals to the good over Kuwait. So Kuwait's tournament is unravelling at the seams. And the possibility of having 3 sides finish on 3 points is looking rather remote. Japarov, that's a good ball and a good save from Yang Ji. Curl it inside that far post. No one got a touch. And again, Yang Ji electing to punch.
Even a young goalkeeper.
Gainrek towards the front post. We'll have another chance. Again the cross, this time to the back post. Again the keeper punches. Akhmedov. Haydarov. He wasn't credited with the goal from Shatsky's free kick, but he did get a big deflection on it, unintentional. Karpienko to the back post. Andreev will keep it in play. Gainrich again, and back out to the conductor of this Uzbek side, Japarov. Akhmedov looking to create the overlap, the extra man, Karpienko.
It's a power play now, last 2-3 minutes.
So we see the free kick again from Japarov. He is 28 years of age.
Another young guy.
28 as of yesterday.
For the goalkeeper, still young.
Yang Ji. I wonder if they had a big celebration for him yesterday at the hotel for his birthday. Akhmedov under pressure from Wang Song. Andreev finds Japarov. A little bit lucky to get away with that, as long as they did. China have it back. Akhmedov again, who's not afraid to abandon his central defensive position and go charging upfield. Karpienko looking for Gainrich. Duwei with the header. He's just 28 years of age as well. Duwei, the captain. 58th cap this evening. He's got a reputation for being something of a hothead. Not just the 22-year-old alongside him, Li Shuipeng. Haydarov wide for Karpienko. The cross deflected. Touchdown, Novkarov. Oh, just slipping, it looked like, in the area.
They increase pressure now.
Karpadze. No cross again, that time from Shatsky. Still the ball is for Uzbekistan, given away this time. Wang Song. Puts it wide to Zhang Linpeng. Zhang around Japarov. Zhao Suri in the middle of the park, number 7. He played well against Kuwait. And here he is in possession. Did not play at all against Qatar. Hao Junmin trying to twist and turn. Can't find a way through. Now Suri! Off the crossbar. Left foot, an absolute thunderbolt from Zhao Suri.
An enthusiastic start of the Chinese team.
And so close to doubling their advantage over Uzbekistan. We're just about midway through this first half. China leading Uzbekistan by a goal to nil, but how close was that to being 2? Andreev. Japarov leaves it intelligently, looking for the return ball. Zhang cleans up, but only gets it as far as Haydarov. Karpienko now, the number 22, looking for Japarov, who wasn't looking for the ball. Well, but Uzbekistan are dominating possession. They're dominating territorially, most of the game being played in that half of the field, but it's China who have scored and who have looked more like scoring as well.
Now it's quite clear China is going for counter-attacks. The lonely striker Gao Lin from Guangzhou. He's very alone, but well supported from Hao, young Hao from Schalke. And they are going for counter-attacks. It's a good idea for the future. Maybe they can take something from this match.
Heinrich fouled again.
Uzbekistan is still patient. They are still controlled. They are no panicking. They try to find their way for combinational football, going over the wings. But it comes everything over the right side. The left side is nothing happened till now.
Japarov. With that left foot again. Heinrich now takes over. Hits it hard, flicks off the top of the wall, and it's going to be another corner. I'm just doing the maths. Well, it's come off an Uzbeki player in the wall. Abramov's side burnt. As we see it again, let's have a look. Who does it hit? Well, it's clearly come off Zhao Tsuri. I think China a little bit lucky to get away with that one. Haydarov. Shatsky for Heinrich. He's got two to aim for in the middle. He decides to hold things up. They're not the biggest boys in the middle, that's for sure. Novkarov and Japarov. Gaolin, rather, making a real nuisance of himself. Wang takes over. That's given away cheaply. Japarov quickly for Heinrich. Waiting for the overlapping run. It arrives now from Shatsky. And Abramov is absolutely furious down on the touchline with the choice of pass from Alex Heinrich. As we see the goal. Nothing the keeper could do about that. And Bernd, I've just done my maths. And if we have a three-way playoff between Qatar, Uzbekistan and China, as it stands, China will bow out. They'll lead 1-0 here, but they lost the game to Qatar 2-0, so they have a -1. Uzbekistan beat Qatar 2-0 and are trailing 1-0 here. So that's a +1 goal difference in Qatar. In fact, that's not right. Qatar have 0. So Uzbekistan is still top. Qatar are second. And China are third in the group as it stands. That may yet change. Yellow card for Haydarov, who is not one of the two players currently sitting on a yellow card for Uzbekistan. They are Alexander Heinrich, the number 15, and the number 19, Jazir Khazanov, who's currently on the bench.
It's very early now to count points and goals.
Too early, you're saying?
Too early, that's what I believe. There is everything possible.
Including every chance of another goal, perhaps, for China here. Once again, we have the number 14, Wang Song, who almost set up an early one. It's going to be Hao Junmin. It's a good ball to the back post, and again, Uzbekistan are beaten in the air. That time it was Du Wei, the China captain.
Even fantastic free kick from Hao.
Look at the pressure again coming from China. Uzbekistan playing a far too casual a game at the moment. Du Wei gives it away, can't pick out Wang Song. Now Akhmedov. Big switch of play for Heinrich. Paktakor Tashkent striker. Still going. Just out-muscled. And it stays. No, it doesn't. Stay in play. Gaolin asks the question. moment, Bernd, we've had Uzbekistan. Best chance for them, Shatsky. After 2 minutes, we've had a free kick from Japarov, but otherwise, all the goal-scoring chances have been for China.
We had another one from the penalty spot. He was absolutely free.
Kapadze blasting over.
It was a little bit surprising that coach of China said, Gao, Hongbo, we are here to test youngsters in such a great tournament, to test a team. It sounds very, very strange, because you have to take something. In such a country like China should be here to maybe to make the quarterfinals, semi-finals, or to reach a final. Sport nation China.
1.3 billion of them as well.
So 1 in every 5 people on the planet is a resident of China.
There's a ball over the top. Wang Song on the charge. Akhmedov is across in cover. Back to Nestarov, his keeper. And he clears to Kapadze. Well, they have had some success in the Asian Cup, but it first came with a silver medal in 1984. And then silver again in 2004. This is their 10th participation in a finals tournament. They only qualified once, of course, for the World Cup 2002. They failed to score a goal. They lost all 3 matches. Karpienko for Gainrich. That's a lovely first touch. Chao Suri clears with the help of his teammate as well. Now Hao Junmin. Ishmailov, Rakhmedov, Haydarov, Kapadze, Japarov, Andreev. Uzbekistan knocking it around.
They bring all players back to defend. It's a good decision because they keep it so compact and they make it very difficult. As longer Uzbekistan is playing, more difficult it will be.
Here's Akhmedov perhaps for the equalising goal. The number 9 gets his second of the tournament. Well, they had everyone back, but that was far too easy.
Nobody attacked him. They give him a freeway.
Odil Akhmedov helps himself to a second goal of the tournament. Lovely 1-2 with Japarov again involved. He is a handy little finisher for a central defender, Bernd.
Absolutely cool finishing.
He looks for his captain to celebrate with as well. It's 1-1.
China has to open their defense. They have to take 1 player more up front, but they have a huge problem in their squad. And it's another disappointment. A country with 1.3 million population.
Oh, here we go again. Down the left-hand side. Ball towards the back post. Nestorov.
Robbie, they have only 2 strikers in their squad. Only 2 strikers for such a long tournament.
Heinrich. They have struggled to find goals, particularly in that second match against Qatar, where they offered very little. Let's not forget their first game. A 2-0 victory over Kuwait. Kuwait had their central defender, Musaid Nada, sent off after just 35 minutes as well, and both goals came in the second half. One from a free kick. Akhmedov. Akhmedov again. And for Andreev, it looked like it came off a Chinese foot, but the referee's officials have given it to China again. Heinrich. Shatsky, Karpienko. but they feel they can play it slowly because technically they're superior. As we saw with the goal, it doesn't matter how many Chinese players they have back, they're able to wait for the moment, find the spot.
As I said, they are very patient, they are quiet, they are established as a team, and they know how to play. There's much more experience. It would be a big surprise if China will bounce back in this match. They have to bring another striker. They have to risk everything because they have to win.
The draw may not be good enough, and for the moment certainly is not good enough because Qatar are leading Kuwait, which means that China will bow out of the competition. Of course, for the next 4 days, as Zhao Tsuri's clearance is poor, Du Wei helps it out, but Uzbekistan have the ball back immediately. They're going to have 2 sides per day being eliminated now, and 2 sides qualifying for the quarterfinals for the next 3 matches.
With the biggest surprise that Saudi Arabia, the Green Falcons, they are the first team out of this competition.
3-time winners as well, a hat-trick of victories at the Asian Cup for Saudi Arabia, along with Korea Republic, second most regular side at the World Cup as well from Asian football. Kapadze, Andreev gets there ahead of Hao Junmin. Novkarov, Jeparov again. They stand off, they're able to find the passes. Kapadze wide for Andreev. The low cross cleared by Du Wei. Sliding in on Andreev.
Now they're already playing 15 balls in a row. And China is waiting for mistakes.
They get a mistake there as well. Hao Junmin seizing on the pass. A loose pass from Ahmedov. Now Hao Junmin again. With the cross, it's a good one! Oh, what a save! Nestorov! And not for the first time. He has saved his side in this game. What a great header, what a fabulous cross. And what a save.
Stands in the air.
Towering header from Gaolin. He went up early. He met it just about perfectly. That was one of the saves of the tournament for my money from Nestorov. Now the ball to the back post. Nestorov not called for that time. It might be. Save again from behind the goal. It's a brilliant fingertip piece of goalkeeping. Lovely pictures as well. But perhaps it's an idea for whoever's going to be playing Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals. They've been beaten in the air with Chinese headers just about every time China have played the ball into the area.
Till now, the Chinese had great crosses, great free kicks, great corner kicks, and very good headers.
There's something we haven't seen from China as well in the tournament so far. All of a sudden, they've decided to get the ball wide. Hao Junmin's involved. They've got a big boy in Gaolin up front, bigger than Yang Tzu, far more solid as well. Andreev defended again. That ball almost broke for Novgorod. Jassim almost gives it away again. Now Hao Junmin manages to get it forward towards the goal scorer Yu Hai. Trying to settle things down. Wang Song, lovely touch. Yang Hao is dispossessed though. Uzbekistan have it back. For Japarov.
Uzbekistan shows a very, very early pressing. They try to win the ball very early. They don't go back. They attack the young Chinese side. And those players have really problems to keep the ball or to find a way to play.
Hidarov just manages to get there in time. Akhmedov, Andreev. It appears if China aren't able to counter-attack quickly, then their game plan just falls apart. But they have been able to get forward quickly enough.
Only alone going for pressing. Nobody supports him.
Yu Hai battling with Genrek. It does well and earns the free kick, the number 15 for Uzbekistan.
You can see the physical strength of Heinrich. That's a difference. He blocked him with his left foot. And they take more and more control. Statistics will show there is a huge difference in possession.
That was a late flag against Shansky. Just ask the question of the linesman. Not convinced. And he might just about have a point. Dewey. Just over 5 minutes left in this first half. It's a good switch of play. Here do come China, and it's another great cross as well, a teasing ball across the face of goal. Nestarov didn't come for it. Ismailov and Akhmedov dared not touch it. And unfortunately for China, there was no one there.
Such a good side as Uzbekistan. They have serious problems with their central defenders.
Min is short. It's on the left boot of Wang Song for the moment. Wang Song plays it in. Nestorov comes forward and claims it. He was caught again by Gao Lin on his way through. Just clipped his legs.
If you coach a team and you have such a top goalkeeper like Nestorov, you have no sleepless nights.
As we see Akhmedov's goal at the other end. If you have a central defender that can get forward and score goals like that as well, I guess it helps you to have sweet dreams.
But even to have the confidence to try to attack, win the ball and go, be involved in attacking football, that's the way for central defenders. Not all the time, but 3-4 times each half, one central defender is able to go, and Akhmedov did it, and he scored.
He joins Japarov with 2 goals in the tournament so far. Gao Lin looking for Hao Junmin. Andreev clears. Not far, only as far as Jalsuri. And again they're beaten in the air at the back of Uzbekistan. That time it was Ushmailov, out-jumped by Yu Hai, the man who scored China's goal.
Even over-jumped.
Now Hao Junmin looks to accelerate. Gao Lin. Gao Lin taking on Andreev. Japarov there to help. Gao Lin comes across to have a word with with the referee's assistant, Mr. Kochkarov, who hails from Kyrgyzstan. Again, Uzbekistan give it away early. And Ismailov this time manages to find his captain, who always seems to have the right pass just to calm the nerves of his side. Possession, not overwhelmingly in Uzbekistan's favour. We are seeing Bernd once again just how important a good goalkeeper is, as that's a fairly reckless piece of defending. Well, it's all fine if you can get forward and score goals, but you don't want to see the central defender doing that sort of thing.
Not all the time.
Flying back heels.
There are certain moments, if he wins the ball, everything is free and should go. Why not?
Now, Shatsky. Chang heads away. Now Heinrich. Can't pick out Japarov. Lee. He's kept it in play. Gaolin. Tackled from behind by Akhmedov. Did have body in front. No way for Akhmedov to win the ball without going through the player first. And of course, as always, the referee's #1 job on a football field is to protect the players. That's well played from Zhang Linpeng, the right back, cutting on to his left inside. And again forcing Nestorov into the save. Seen much of the #13 Novkarov for Uzbekistan so far.
So far they are playing only combinational football. Not so many individual things.
Zhao looking to burst forward out of midfield. Kapadze bundled him over legally, according to the referee.
That's another bad foul.
And it's Haydarov who has to be careful, because Haydarov was booked. He's already sitting on a yellow card. He was completely outthought there by Yuhai. Lovely piece of skill from Yuhai. He even managed to catch Haydarov as well. 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Novkarov. Good ball for Heinrich. First time ball for Japarov. And Yang Ji makes the save, but we weren't too far away.
One-touch football. Final pass. I couldn't get it.
Just couldn't reach it. Yang Ji came out, but more lovely play. That one-touch football is just able to tear China apart at the back. That was the goal for Uzbekistan. Akhmedov tying things up. Equalising on the half hour after his side had fallen behind in just the 6th minute. Zhao Zuri also hammered the crossbar with a fabulous strike. And Nestorov, the Uzbekistan keeper, has produced one of the saves of the tournament to deny another Yuhai header towards goal. That's gone out of play. Just 30 seconds left.
Would be interesting to see if it doesn't count in football. If China scores a second goal, it's 2-0. Maybe everything will change, but they did not, unfortunately, and now we have an open game. Maybe they will change a player, they will bring 2 strikers. They have to risk everything because they have to score at least 1 or 2 goals.
It's China 1, Uzbekistan 1 at half-time at the Al Gharafa. It was a very bright start for China. As we just mentioned, they produced some very good counter-attacking football. They forced Nestorov into a couple of great saves, but at the other end you just have the feeling that no matter how many chances China have, how spectacular they are on the counter-attack, you just have the feeling that Uzbekistan are just in control. It's if they can avoid getting caught out at the back, you have the feeling they can easily score a second.
The team of Uzbekistan has a face. You can see a good leadership from Japarov. They are able to play one-touch football. They have had a couple of good moments, of good chances. And China is a running team, is a fighting team. These are enthusiastic youngsters, and they could not find a way to play.
Well, in the other match, Qatar are leading Kuwait by 2-0. And so I know you think it's too early, Bert, to talk about the situation in the group. We still have 45 minutes left.
Let's wait another 30 minutes, then we will know. But I believe in Uzbekistan. They should be able. This is kind of European football, lead by players who are playing in the Russian Premier League, which is a very, very strong league in Europe. Players who have to play against Spartak Moscow and Zenit St. Petersburg, Rubin Kazan. They have a lot of experience. Otherwise, Sanskish
could have opened the scoring. As you say, it was a very open match of football. We had chances at both ends. And we saw, I mentioned the likes of CSKA, Spartak, Kapativ fired over early on. There are 2 players. Ulug Bakayev, the number 2 for Uzbekistan, who's not out on the pitch. He currently plays for FC Tobol in Kazakhstan, but he's already worn the shirts of CSKA and Torpedo Moscow. And Alexander Gainrich, the number 15 for Uzbekistan, he's also a former CSKA Moscow player and a former Torpedo Moscow player. That's that fabulous effort. That was a torpedo. That was an Exocet missile from the left boot of Zhao Tsuri. And while there was nothing Nestorov could have done about that one, he did produce one of the saves of the tournament, but not before Akhmedov had equalised for Uzbekistan.
Cool finish from a defender.
I love that we've got a shot coming up there. We're not going to see it there. There's that save from Nestorov. Just saw Akhmedov. He looked up and had a look where the keeper was. He checked out the whole scenario of what he needed to do to get that equalising goal. China's main danger, well, it has been aerial, coming from those headers. Japarov looking for his 3rd goal of the tournament as well.
It wasn't a boring game till now. Exciting match, many chances for both teams, good goals, and possession is a little bit surprising for me. I believe that Uzbekistan it's leveled.
Well, that was certainly the feeling we had, wasn't it, that Uzbekistan had more of the ball. China having more of the shots on target. Everything fairly even, really. Saves, look at that, 7 saves from Nestorov against just 3 from Yang Ji. That's the big difference at the moment. At half-time, it's 1-1 between China and Uzbekistan, and we'll be back with all the second half action coming right up. Welcome back to the Al Gharafa Stadium. 1-1 at half-time between China and Uzbekistan. And as you can see, we're going to have a change. It's Zhao Zuri, the number 7 for China, who smashed a left-footed ball against the crossbar of Ignati Nestarov's goal, who has made way, the number 7. He's been replaced by the number 13, Liu Jianye. And that is the same substitution that was made in the first game, but it's come 13 minutes earlier than it did in that first match, a 2-0 victory over Kuwait. Both sides heading into the huddle. It was China that went ahead through Yu Hai with a deflected header on 6 minutes. There we see the referee, Abdullah Al-Hilali. And from Oman, Uzbekistan also have another representative here, Bert.
Yeah, not only the team made headlines, there is another major attraction in form of Rashwan Irmatov, the current AFC referee of the year, who enjoys superstar status in Uzbekistan. Fans are cheering him in last match, Iraq against Iran, and that's not very often in football to cheer a referee, Robbie, is right?
I think you're probably spot on there. Referees aren't normally the most popular man on a football pitch. But the referee this evening, Abdullah Al-Hilali, hasn't got too much wrong so far as Gainrich decides to try it! Oh my word, what a fabulous goal! 35 seconds into the second half, and Alexander Gainrich, the number 15, has scored another candidate for goal of the tournament. It's his first, and Uzbekistan's second of the evening.
Chinese goalkeeper even had a smile in his face because he couldn't believe it. Such a wonderful strike, magnificent. There was no way for a save. Tough, hard. Yeah.
He just managed to get his fingertips to it, didn't he? How about this? Let's look at the eyes of Alexander Gainrich, one of 2 players who's played in the Russian Premier League for CSKA Moscow, Torpedo Moscow, and now plays his football for the Giants in Uzbekistan, Pakhtakor Tashkent. Well, what a goal to start the second half, Bert. Fabulous strike.
You can see such an experience to play Premier League in Moscow for years, and now he's back in his home country playing for Pakhtakor, the most famous club.
Surely now it's going to be very difficult for China. They won their first game against the 10 men of Kuwait when they led, thanks to 2 second-half goals, but when they fell behind against Qatar, and that wonder strike from Yusuf Ahmed at the Al Khalifa Stadium, well, it's still a candidate for goal of the tournament, that one from Yusuf Ahmed. But Alexander Gainrich, he might try another one here. I think he was looking for a switch of play towards Shatskir, although the smile on his face suggests perhaps he was going for goal, as we see what he is capable of. Well, he hit that just about perfectly. Free kick against Japarov, who just had the arm raised. And Hao Junmin, we haven't seen much of him, have we, the Schalke?
Not too much. But, you know, we should not forget he had only 10 matches in Bundesliga and Champions League from August last year till now. There's not so much match experience. Maybe that's why he did not play from the beginning in this tournament.
And Song, the flick on again. Again, Uzbekistan nervy at the back. The number 17, Zhang Linpeng.
serious problems in the air, the Uzbekistan central defenders. Tall, but too late.
Nowhere near Ismailov there. Kapadze rides the challenge well. Heinrich gets it wide to Andreev. Andreev still, little chip over the top for Japarov, now he's got numbers in the middle to aim for. The cut back for Heinrich. Kapadze just a little too late on the scene. It's Yu Hai who brings it away for China. Foul on Gao Lin by Ismailov. Taken quickly. Too quickly. They're trying to play quick football, China. They're trying to counter-attack. But they're just not all on the same wavelength. The understanding between the players is not there.
But football is not only running and jumping. They have high jumpers, both strikers, or especially Gao is very strong in the air. But football is a combination. You have to show teamwork. You have to play together.
So goes Alex Heinrich, still going. Gets it out the back to Haydarov. Now Karpienko. Karpienko bringing power on the cross. Thought for a moment he was going to try and mic on and go directly for goal from that impossible angle. Gao Lin's ball too far for Yu Hai. And Akhmedov is there in cover. Karpienko gives it away. He loves to get forward, Karpienko, but I'm not convinced he's the best right back going around in Asian football as the flag goes up against Wang Song. We saw him caught out a number of times against Kuwait. As there, Kapadze's been caught in possession. Yu Hai comes inside onto the right foot. Little touch for Hao Junmin. Wrong Hao. The left back chips it in towards Wang Song. Oh, and almost a great control from Yu Hai. There was a miss-hit shot through the middle. It almost fell kindly. And if China chance, they need to score 2 unanswered goals. The corner, Wang Song towards the front post. Header away by Akhmedov. But has that ever happened to you when you're coaching, that you give your half-time talk, the sides come out, and then 30 seconds into the game, the opposition scores, and everything you've just said about, you know, let's take it easy first 5 minutes, sit back, look to play our football, everything is just blown out of the water.
Sure, if you coach such a long time football teams, as I did more than 30 years.
Left foot volley.
That's a volley.
It's deflected high and over the crossbar, but Yu Hai again looking, he's got an eye for goal, the number 21.
You had such bad moments very often, even if you have a 3-0 lead. At the halftime play against Wollongong Wolves, the grand finals in Australian football, and then with
a flick on from Gao Lin. Ismailov clears for Heinrich, and now perhaps the counter-attack is on for Uzbekistan. Oh, they will get there. Japarov. China sitting back. Japarov still going. The shot bouncing just in front of the keeper. But Yang Ji makes the save. Well, I was wondering how long it would be before you'd bring that up, Bernd.
Yeah,
that grand final.
Complaining, yeah, and then you lose such a match in front of 42,000 at Subiaco Oval. That's is another moment. There is everything happen in football. It's a free kick. He blocked him and he will be booked, of course.
Ismailov receives the yellow card. There's a lovely little piece of skill. Putting the ball one side, going the other. Yellow card, Ismailov. Well, AC Milan also leading 3-0 in a very important match. But managed to lose it on penalties as well, so
yeah,
it can happen to the best. But they were great years with the Perth Glory. Despite that match against the Wollongong Wolves.
I still like my time in Australia.
Well, the free kick is for China here. Hao Junmin, number 8, is standing over it with the right foot, the left foot of Wang Song as well. As Yang Hao steps away, the number 19. The referee wants the ball back the full distance. It's a long way back. So in theory, no excuses for not getting the ball up over the wall for Wang Song. Hao Junmin as well there. Who's it going to be? The Hangzhou midfielder or the Schalke midfielder? Hao Junmin.
What a free kick! Yang Hao.
Well, that's the technique that took him to Europe. What a fantastic goal from Hao Junmin. We've been wondering when his quality would lighten this tournament, and it might have come too late for China, but that is absolutely brilliant. Nesterov, helpless, and that,
it seems to be perfect. The ball has ice.
Well, that is just simply majestic. And the goals, Bert, in this tournament just keep on coming. It's 2-2, China versus Uzbekistan.
That's a good game, but it's too early for us to say what's going on now in the future. The score of Qatar is still 2-0.
Jemperov wanted it early. Flag up for offside. Against Andreev. Now we can look at that free kick from Hao Junmin over and over again. It is the perfect way to strike a free kick. Normally, people would say that was better position for a left footer. And took the longest route to goal as well, from that side of the field all the way to the far corner. Gave the goalkeeper plenty of time to see it, but there was just nothing he could do.
There are many goals after such free kicks in this tournament, and there are many stupid fouls around the box, and it's so easy to score goals with this kind of balls, of quality balls and specialists. Every single team has at least one player who can kick the ball this way.
China have proved they have too, because the number 10, who's played every minute of the tournament before today, is Yu Hain. Gets it to Hao Junmin. Now wide, the Chinese crowd up on their feet. The cross, it's a good ball! Oh, and Gao Lin has put it wide. It's his easiest chance of the match. And Uzbekistan are playing with fire here at the moment. What a chance for Gao Lin, and he really should have done better.
But you can see again, he is absolutely free in front of the goal. There is nobody marking him. Okay, it was an excellent cross, but defenders should take care of their opponents in this area.
All of a sudden, it's China right on the front foot. Ismailov clears. Gainrich loses out to Li Sui-peng. Gao Lin again, battling with Karpienko, but the flag's up for offside. We talked about consistency, Bernd, at the start of the game. This young Chinese side, once again in a rebuilding phase after that 2002 qualification. Jassim with a great ball into the middle. And Novkarov just can't get there. Jeparov now, that's an intelligent pass for Andreev. Jeparov still. Back out to Haydarov. One for Shatstik. The flag's up for offside.
This team, Chinese team, it's too early. They have not a hierarchy. You can't see a leader on the pitch who is directing his teammates to attack or to come back or to keep the pitch, the team compact. These are youngsters. It's the future of Chinese football. And Chinese football in that minute isn't in a good situation. Definitely not. They had a lot of problems to face in the last 2-3 years with the federation, with corruption and fines for coaches, for presidents and for clubs. And that's why it's good to see a young side here from China. But it's still a little bit of disappointment that such a sports nation, if I see the medals they have won at the Asian Games and even the Olympics 2008, that they are not able to send a football team to an international tournament with only 2 strikers, or that they are not able to bring a strong team to such a tournament.
Well, Bernd, you talked a lot earlier on in the tournament about how coaches like Tita Valeriu hadn't had time to give their side a face, to develop a style of football. We've struggled to find out just what style of football this China side is playing. Sometimes it's counter-attacking, sometimes they try and pass it around. They look like at every level of the sport they're searching, trying to find answers, but they're just not finding any. They found a couple of good free kick takers though.
Absolutely, but one thing is definitely they are absolutely fit. They can run, they are educated for physical education. But you can see this goal 100 times.
And still not get sick of it.
Yeah, the ball has eyes to find his way in the net.
Well, in the first 2 matches, Olim Novkarov substituted Sanjar Tursunov. This way, it's the other way around. So Tursunov comes onto the right side. That sees Shatsky move immediately to the left flank. Geinrich up front. And Jeparov has now moved into the middle, playing probably just behind Geinrich. Well, they made a substitution with the first goal scorer, Yu Hai, coming off for another out-and-out striker in Yang Tzu just a couple of moments ago. So China are going full risk, out-and-out attack. Yang Tzu dispossessed, but it falls kindly for Rong. Down in, fouled once again by Ismailov.
The Chinese, they are still looking so sharp and so fast and so quick and so fit.
Well, Hao Junmin will be full of confidence, there's no doubt about that.
Another wonderful ball. Orient swinger. Full risk and strong headers.
The referee just spotting a bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Settles that down. It is Hao Junmin towards the front post. Oh, and it's stopped by Nestarov. And again, it was Gao Lin throwing himself desperately at the ball. He just couldn't get a touch.
Just a small deflection. The goalkeeper will be deep in trouble. these are the new way, not a new way, but you see free kicks everywhere in the world this way. In-swingers are so popular, full risk. Goalkeepers are complaining about the balls, the quality of the balls. They are strange, you never know when they are falling down.
And that was the wonderful thing about Hao Jun-min's free kick, because he hit it the old-fashioned way, if you like. It spun, the trajectory was true, it was just... it wasn't floating around in the air, it wasn't one of those thumping kicks where the ball doesn't spin at all and it does its weird thing in the air. That was just a magnificent free kick from Hao Jun-min. Yang Tzu winning the ball in the air again over Ismailov. Hao Jun-min loses out to Haydarov. No, but that's a good challenge from Rong, but he's given it straight back to Tosyunov. The substitute on the charge, dispossessed. 3 red shirts surrounding him. Yang Tzu has caught Haydarov, but the referee, and he has spotted it in the end. Here, Haydarov taking the ball and just stepped on by Yang Tzu. It did look painful. Yao Hongbo has been looking for the right combination, the former international striker. By all accounts, there's pressure on his position back in China. Certainly a miraculous qualification for the quarter-finals. Would be a great string to his bow. That's given away so cheaply by Karpienko. Oh, and now Kapadze.
Another booking.
Was dragged down. Yellow card for Kapadze. His first of the tournament, so he won't miss a quarter-final for a silly foul. But Uzbekistan are on the ropes, Bernd. They're struggling. Just putting the arm up and almost pirouetting Hao Jun-min around.
But this young guy did a brilliant job today. Good news for Schalke.
Wang Song with a good ball, the flick on again. That time it was Hao Jun-min who won the ball in the air. Japarov, the one shining light perhaps for Uzbekistan. He's a leader out on the pitch. They need him to stand up now and take charge. Karpienko for Haydarov. Kapadze leaves it intelligently. Tosyunov has got 2 to aim for in the middle. But he can't beat the first man. Japarov, Karpienko, 33 years of age, Viktor Karpienko. Akhmedov will win the race, but he's being chased by Gao Lin and Hao Jun-min. Andreev for Haydarov. Again, he looks for the switch of play. That one, oh, that's a poor touch from Rong. Japarov with the reverse pass for Tosyunov. Shatsky is at the front post. He finds Karpienko. Karpienko's cross is cleared by Li Xuepeng. And all of a sudden, it's Uzbekistan fighting back again. Perhaps they've just felt the urgency. Tosyunov. Just to turn. Oh, he's done well, Tosyunov. He's only won the throw. Abramov, the Uzbekistan coach, has not taken a seat in this match. He's out on the edge of his technical area. Gao Hongbo has just made the way to the edge of the dugout. Once again as Karpienko with a good ball for Kapadze. The touchdown for Japarov, who tries to bend one.
It's one of the best midfielders till now in this tournament. Outstanding performance.
They just couldn't get that to come back enough. Again, Yang Ji takes it short for Rong Hao. Yang Tzu, that's a good pass for the other substitute, Yu Jian Yu. They've made 2 changes. That's a great touch from Gao Lin. Oh, and the pass is under hit from Wang Song. Yi Sui Ping forced to give chase. Changes so far for China. It looks as though they're preparing a third as well. Yang Tzu with the flicker on from Gao Lin, and Hao Junmin just can't quite get there. And it's an excellent piece of defending from Andreev, who's injured himself in the process. Stanislav Andreev, just 22 years of age, another in this side from Pakhtakor, Tashkent. The right knee, I think he's injured there when he came down. And it's Deng, the number 10, Deng Zhuoxiang, as we see the goals of this second half once again. 2 absolutely brilliant goals. Heinrich drawing first blood. There's the foul from Ismailov, the yellow card as well. And that's a breathtaking free kick from Hao Junmin. Speaking of breathtaking free kicks, it was the number 10, Deng Zhuoxiang, who scored the second goal against Kuwait with a really thumping free kick which cannoned in off the post to take that one 2-0. Gao Lin gets a throw for China. Long throw from Rong. Yang Tzu looking for the flick on. They've got the corner this time. Minutes left. A thoroughly entertaining Group A encounter here. It's China 2, Uzbekistan 2. As that change is made. And it's the number 19, Yang Hao, who makes way, replaced by Deng Zhuoxiang, who's played every minute of this tournament before this evening, the number 10. Now Hao Junmin with the corner towards the back post. That time a free header. It's Shatsky who nods it away, but the pressure is not off. Deng with the throw. Andreev clears, but Heinrich can't keep it in play. Both coaches making it a fairly stop-start affair at the moment. Karpienko, the aging right back, to be replaced by Shokachon Muladjanov. 24 years of age, plays for Al Malik, the number 3. It's a like-for-like swap at right back. Muladjanov celebrates his 25th birthday in a couple of days' time. And we're still not entirely sure. While with every passing minute it looks better and better that Uzbekistan will be celebrating a quarter-final berth. Tosyunov forward. Japarov, lovely pass. Tosyunov again, the cross is blocked.
He brings some fresh power on the right wing. Tosyunov, number 17, nice kick.
Tosyunov, well, they don't have that explosiveness down the left now with Shatsky over on that side. He's there for his experience, his positioning sense, but we're not seeing him raid down that left side, are we?
No, you can see he's 33 years old, and he knows it can be a very, very long tournament, and they need him. He is directing the team together with Japarov. He gives all his experience. But now Japarov with
the ball in. No problem for the keeper. He looks to get things going quickly. Well, that's one of the first times we've seen China try and launch the ball forward quickly, and it's a lovely control from Hao Junmin. He's got Deng in the middle. They need to get the cut back, and he can't do so. Oh, he's training. Well, the linesman initially gave a corner kick before correcting himself. Goal kick. Well, identical distances run.
I was a little bit surprised not to see Hao in the first match, because he has fantastic skills, but maybe the coach thought only 10 matches in Bundesliga, but sometimes, you know, if a training session together with Raul, Jan, Klaas Huntelaar and superstars is mostly more important for such a player.
As Gao Lin gets in front, now he has options at the back post. Yang Tzu was arriving, and Yang Tzu is going to let Gao Lin know all about it, I think.
And now he shows his potential. Exciting dribblings, one of the best goals in this tournament till now.
Just going from strength to strength. Hao Junmin, will it be too little, too late? Heinrich, good control. Kapadze. He can't find Japarov. We're well into the final 15 minutes. Kapadze screaming at Andrei if he wants more.
Yeah, but back to Hao, who's falling down now. This outstanding player. You know, he left to Schalke and he's not playing currently. He has no practice, and that's not good for such a young player. Even many Australians, they leave their country to be a substitute in the Premier League or in another country. And I personally believe, with my experience, it's always good for a football player to play. To play.
A yellow card here. It's for the man we're just talking about, Hao Junmin.
Even a little bit a naughty boy.
Now, you've got to be a little bit of a naughty boy. Chang Linpeng trying to stop him getting that yellow card out of the pocket, so a caution for Hao Junmin. Looking for Tosyunov, the flick on for himself perhaps. He'll do well to run that down. And a bit of urgency now as we approach the final 10 minutes, both sides. Uzbekistan, they need a draw to be assured of top spot in their group, but China, they need a win, and they're starting to go after it now. It could make for some nervy moments. That's a good ball for Wang Song. His first touch just lets him down a little bit. He's forced all the way back out to Rong Hao. That's a good ball. Good turn as well from Gao Lin. The shot punched out. And Japarov is Johnny on the spot to bring the ball away for Uzbekistan. Shatsky. That was another gilt-edged opportunity for China. Gao Lin blazing away. I'm sure we'll see replays of that at the other end. Kapadze. No foul by Du Wei. Kapadze's down injured. Trying to play on. Now Junmin, the Uzbekistan fans whistling for the ball to be put out of play. Kapadze's back to his feet as Ismailov clears. Rong Hao again. Wang Song. Wang Song again, nice little turn. Ball towards the back post. Ismailov with the header away. Toshunov helps it on its way, but only as far as Du Wei. Liu again looking for the cross, looking for the head of the number 9, Yang Tzu. But a clear foul coming from behind. As here is that earlier chance, but
it's good to see a Chinese side, how they try to win this match. Even if we cannot finally say Uzbekistan is qualified, but they are sure they will make it now with 7 points. But the Chinese enjoy everything to do, and that is a good attitude in this team. There's so much commitment and a lot of running. And for me today, an outstanding player from Schalke he makes such a good performance. He's aggressive, he scored a goal.
Well, we were talking, Bern, at half-time about the potential of these two sides. China certainly have the potential. They're a sporting nation, they've got the population, they've got the sporting infrastructures. What they need now is a footballing mentality. Well, for Uzbekistan, well, they have the footballing mentality, that they need the infrastructures and the sporting culture, as we see both sides showing that they both have fiery temperaments as well. The guy that has to stay out of trouble, he was booked in the last game, and another booking will see him miss out on the quarter-final. It's a nasty little foul. Look at that, on purpose, Du Wei stepping on the Achilles. We might just wait for this free kick, Bert, before I ask you for your thoughts on the potential of these two nations in the footballing future. As Japarov. You can see they're not really going for more goals, are they, Uzbekistan? They're quite happy with their lot at the moment. Heinrich, it might be in the end to take it. And he just taps it wide for Toshunov. Well, are they even going to get the ball in to the area? They're not. Haydarov turned over. Yu forward for Gao Lin. Yu again. Wang Song. Hao Junmin taking off. It's a good ball. He's got the right side of his defender. Oh, and Hao Junmin did brilliantly well, and how close was that?
It's amazing to see this young guy. He never stops running. He's involved in every single attacking. He took it with his left knee.
That is a fabulous piece of control. That speed as well, with defenders coming around. Well, that's instinct. That's that footballing instinct we're talking about, of how to beat your man, improvise and control off the thigh.
But, you know, to be in a Bundesliga side, to play with Schalke, to be every day with the team, to play in Bayern Munich, to play Borussia Dortmund, Champions League matches, in Lyon, where he played, you know, that's a way for a player. And I think there is a lot of potential. They have seen that. You know, even Uzbekistan, they have shown steady improvement in the last couple of years. They have 300 football schools now, developing youngsters. And even, I believe, a nation, a football federation who is able to sign Felipe Scolari as a coach. They are able to sign Rivaldo to play in Uzbekistan, or football legend Zico. There is money involved, and that's why I believe it takes another 5-10 years. All these nations, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, there is so much potential. They are far away from European football, now still far away. In world ranking, there are only 3 teams in Russia. It's Russia, Ukraine and Belarus who are playing in a higher level. But those nations, they have a bright future.
Substitution for what has been a very bright tournament so far for Server Japarov, the captain of Uzbekistan, taking a break. He's been replaced by Shavkat Salomov, his first appearance of the tournament, the number 10. He looks immediately to be playing a little bit deeper. Kapadze has inherited the captain's armband, the number 18 for Uzbekistan. So that's turned over poorly by Wang Song. Tosunov, he has Gainrich ahead of him. Tosunov does well. Gainrich now. Trying to bring it away. As the shot is a good one. Andreev with an effort. Well, we talked about how Jun Min's free kick, which spun and took a traditional trajectory. That one was the one that doesn't spin and moves around in the air, and they're a nightmare for goalkeepers. And Yang Ji just managed to palm it around the post.
It's a way like Cristiano Ronaldo likes to take free kicks. Hit the ball in the center and you never know which way he goes. There are so many different ways to make free kicks now.
Qatar have made it 3-0 against Kuwait. So China now, if they are to make it, they need to score twice to move ahead of Uzbekistan. Qatar now have a goal difference of +3 in their matches against Uzbekistan. And China, oh, as that one's tipped over. Well, in fact, that's not right, because their goals against Kuwait will not count if they all finish on 6 points. Well, it is confusing. It will go right down to the wire. Gainrich again. Again to the front post. We saw that tactic in the first game against Qatar. All his corners towards the front post, looking for that flick on. That one he almost tried to score himself. Song, the left foot to play this one in. China have brought everyone except the goalkeeper forward. Oh, and it's into the one-man wall. That is frustrating.
Concentration, lack of concentration.
Just over 2.5 minutes left. Andreev. There'll be no hurry to take all these throw-ins and free kicks. Uzbekistan, Andreev decides it's time to clean the ball a little bit. Now he looks long with the extra purchase. Free kick goes against, no, goes for Gainrich. But the referee initially signalled the other way. He was penalising Gainrich for making a back for Liu Jianyu. And the Chinese bench are just asking the question of the referee there. You give the free kick one way, then you change your mind and give it the other way. And now it's Gao Hongbo saying my player was going for the header. You can see him saying why. And I think he might just have been asked to head up to the stands. Gao Hongbo, as his side prepared to bow out of this tournament, perhaps? Now Hongbo,
but he should
makes
know
an early exit.
He should know that no referee takes decision backs, even if the coach believes everything goes wrong.
Well, we do often see referees these days reward the player that goes for the header. That wasn't the case of Heinrich. Tosunov keeps it in play. That's gone out of play, then runs it straight out. Throw in for China. Now Hongbo with a couple of instructions for his assistant before he heads up, as we see that free kick again. He does speak very presentable English. Now Hongbo, as does Vadim Abramov. Long from Rong Hao. 15 seconds left in regulation time. 15 seconds for China to try and finish this tournament on a high. 15 seconds before Uzbekistan booked their place in the quarterfinals alongside Iran. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage time, and we're having some more coming togethers there. Tosunov, unintentionally, but he did take a boot to the face there, I think.
It was a little bit an unlucky step.
Neitherov helps Tosunov back to his feet. Heinrich from just a little bit further out than when he scored that fabulous goal at the start of the second half. Uzbekistan fans, there we see it again, have got their flags out on the far side of the field. They're preparing to celebrate. Free kick goes against Zhang Linpeng. Well, he can't go into the book surely for that. It was a soft free kick, if anything. There was contact between the two, but nothing more. Zhang Linpeng goes into the book, so if, and it's a very big if now, with just 3.5 minutes left, if China qualify for the quarterfinals, Zhang Linpeng won't be there because he will be suspended. With Jeparov out, Salomov is going to prepare to take this one with the left foot. He goes straight for goal. This is everything at the near post.
They know the job is done now. They are qualified for the next round. And they deserve it. A good team with some weakness in the central defense. They are looking not so good. They lost too many headers, too many battles. They give too many opportunities to China. But the coach will know that.
And also, Bern, it's great that we have a Central Asian side so competitive as well, because Kazakhstan play their football in Europe. Otherwise, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, they're not quite up to the same level as yet. They're not competing.
No, definitely not. But even Uzbekistan has a big tradition, great tradition with the Pakhtakor Tashkent. They played in the Soviet Union Premier League for many, many years. And the biggest stadium is there with a capacity crowd of 60,000. They are fanatic football fans. And that's why I believe in these countries. It takes a while, but they will improve, especially here in Asia. And it's difficult for Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan to play in Europe, facing teams like Germany, Spain or England.
They have struggled. Again, Kazakhstan have had moments, Azerbaijan have had good moments as well, but they just don't have that consistency, do they, that comes from experience at the highest level. It's something that Uzbekistan are trying to learn here, and they've been consistently quite good at this tournament. They've consistently scored 2 goals a game. after winning the first two by 2-0. They've scored another two here. And it's a free kick for China, so perhaps one last chance. By my reckoning, we have about 7 seconds left of the 4 minutes of stoppage time, so will there even be time? It's Deng Zhuoxiang who scored the free kick against Kuwait. Also there is Hao Junmin, who scored one from this kind of range.
Very close.
Surely lightning can't strike twice. That's what Nestarov will be thinking. But Deng is there. Gao Hongbo looks on from the stands. It's Deng. He tried to hit one of those floating ones. He got it up over the wall. There goes the final whistle. China unable to finish with a victory that would have pushed this one right to the wire. They're held to a 2-2 draw by Uzbekistan, who qualify for the quarterfinals at the top of Group A. We see how much it means to those players, their supporters cheering on the far side. And the Chinese players also know, I think, that they're bowing out. They don't need the official word burnt from the Khalifa Stadium, where Qatar have run out 3-0 winners, and we can see on our monitor the Qatar players celebrating already their place in the quarterfinals along with Uzbekistan.
It's good for this tournament to have Qatar in the next round, to keep spirit alive in this tournament, because attendance today was very, very poor. You know, 200 Uzbekistani fans, 100 flew in today. But you can see the Chinese fans are very, very pleased with the Chinese national team performance today. They are still cheering. They love it. They respect that they did everything. They are not strong enough, not good enough to come to the next round, but the fans, they are cheering now, and they say thank you very much for good performance.
Receives the Man of the Match award. So Uzbekistan and Qatar join Iran in the quarterfinals. And to find out who they'll be playing in the quarterfinals, it's all out of Jordan versus Syria, and Japan taking on Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia already out, of course. That's tomorrow's lineup. So join us then. From myself, Robbie Thompson, and Herr Bernstenger. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
The next match starts in the will be South Korea versus India. This match is scheduled to be played on the 18th of January. The match will commence at 4:15 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at ticket boxes located